What's up, guys? It's Adam Zippel from Michigan State University, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about inbound versus outbound marketing and how the UFC, the professional fighting organization, can benefit from inbound marketing strategies. Currently, they use outbound marketing strategies, as most companies do, and outbound marketing is email, cold calling, traditional display advertising, and all that works, and it's useful. But the idea now is with the internet, we can find what potential consumers we're looking for, and we can direct our content towards them. We don't have to guess anymore. We're not pushing the message out and hoping that it resonates. We're finding who it might resonate with and directing our content towards them so that we can make content that's more interesting for them. So if we want to create content that we think is more interesting to our consumer, we need to come up with a few customer personas. And a customer persona, all it is just an idea, some attributes, and a idea of a person who might be buying your product, a typical consumer for the UFC, right? So one of the personas that I came up with was Construction Cam. Construction Cam earns about $40,000 to $50,000 a year. He's been working the same job for 20-some years, and he has regular neck, back pain, shoulder pain. So some of the content that we want to produce that might be interesting to him or help him do his job might be blog posts on how to recover from a shoulder injury or 10 ways to safely lift a crate. All these things, all this information he might seek out on his own already, and we just need to be there with the right information at the right time. Being there at the right place in the right time is all about search engine optimization. So when you type in anything relevant to the UFC, like boxing or wrestling, the UFC should show up because it has content about boxing and wrestling, not just about ticket sales. There should be two major business objectives for the UFC, and one is to make sales, but two is just to be a fan site about martial arts, about the UFC, for things that UFC fans might be interested in. The UFC's website should also have its own unique landing pages that take you to different parts of the site. It should also have links to all the social media, links to the blog, or any other promotional material, and it should all be intertwined. It all should work together. And it should also be available on a mobile device. A lot of people now are finding this content on their smartphone, on their tablets, and this information needs to be accessible to those users. Can't just be accessible to the desktop user anymore. A lot of people today are using smartphones and devices, and some are only using smartphones and devices to access their content, and we need to make sure that that content is accessible to those users. So the content that the UFC generally produces markets very well to men, and even the customer persona that I used earlier was a middle-aged man. And one of the things that they've always struggled with is finding a way to gain interest with women, or for the user engagement for women to increase on their social media sites. So you're asking me, Adam, how can I increase user engagement for women on social media? And I got the answer for you, don't even worry. I'm going to tell you this. They already have the Facebook, they already have the Twitter, they already have the Instagram, which Instagram is predominantly women, but what they don't have is a Pinterest or a Tumblr account. If you look at those three major sites, even YouTube, they all have at least 1 million or more followers, subscribers, etc. But what they don't have is a big following on social media sites like Pinterest and Tumblr. What I would like to suggest for the UFC is that I produce content directed towards women on these sites that are used predominantly by women. I mean, their Pinterest site has only 7,000 likes as opposed to their Facebook, which is around 19 million right now. And all that is the content that they're using on their Facebook, they're just replicating and putting on their Pinterest. I'd like to suggest that they use their Pinterest account to come up with a whole new type of content. Instead of showcasing these fighters with their injuries or doing athletic pursuits, you want to focus on the human side of fighting. Them before and after the fight, them with their family, them with their daughter. All these things would be more interesting to the average Pinterest user. The UFC already has a brilliant marketing strategy, but it does need to be digitally reassessed. And new marketing strategies aren't outbound, they're inbound. So the UFC's website should be search engine optimized with its own unique landing pages so it can be accessed anywhere on the web. It should have links to all the social media, blogs, or any other promotional content, and it should all be able to be accessed through a mobile device. And we want to target women with creating sites like Pinterest, and Tumblr for the UFC that have content directed towards those customer personas. That's all I have for you guys today. Remember to watch Ronda Rousey at UFC 207.